this much later on. Um, I see. Just to give you, I say, just to give you a brief of just the title of this course and also the synopsis of it. The title is From Lesson Planning to Grading: AI's Role in Simplifying K through 12 Education. It's not a PowerPoint slide. It's more about helping us understand how the modern learning management systems that are being used now for which I can name now: Google Classroom, OutSchool, Power School, Thinkify, Talent LMS, amongst many other ones that are currently being used in the classroom, can help be integrated alongside these AI tools. Uh, I say dynamically. Currently, they're being used separately. So, in a typical classroom, a teacher would have their learning management system, whether that's Google Classroom, whether that's Brightspace, and then they'd have a separate tab with the AI tool that they're using. That could be ChatGPT, uh, Google Gemini, or Claude by Anthropic. Um, so the goal, I say the goal here is, how does a learning management system look like if AI was incorporated within the learning management system? As we know, teachers have uh, I say a plethora of things that they have to do in the classroom, and if you divided it by a pie, you notice that there's just not enough time to do everything at once. From setting up lesson planning, which takes a large chunk of their day, to grading assignments individually, providing personalized I say feedback to students, and then of course communicating with parents to ensure that they're up to date with their students' academia. Um, but um, all of this sometimes can require having multiple different tools to initiate all these different communication tools for parents and students, communication, a different tool for attendance tracking, and um, thankfully these learning management systems are doing a great job with putting it all in one. But now with the new increase, I mean the new I said, the increase of AI being embedded now into almost every vertical of these industries, it makes us wonder, how would that look like in the classroom? How can we allow teachers to use these tools intuitively, but also responsibly, and to, I say, for lack of a better word, more effectively. Um, Rather than a PowerPoint, so I'm gonna go through a demo of a learning management system I built in 48 hours. This is strict. I say, impressively enough, this was done in via an AI tool. So what would take, say, side note, what would take like 6 months for this to be built, what was done in 40 hours with the use of AI, just to as a testimony of how you say, how impressive it has gotten over the months. I think I can't imagine what else it can do, but based off these presentations I've been seeing, I've been noticing that they've gone even into music producing to doing whole podcasts. Um, so in this demo, I'm gonna go over 5 items that I say that can help teachers I say understand. I say not just understand their students' behavior, but also how they can automate some of the everyday tasks that they go through, from attendance tracking to grading to lesson planning, and also being able to understand when any of their students are at risk of failing, um, while also providing room for to intervene uh, before it's too late. I'll begin with the attendance feature here. Um, so th- let's got it, got it. Let's think about a learning management system that everyday teacher would use, and ask ourselves, how would AI look like in their attendance tracking? Um, uh, what new additions would this bring to this? I say, to the concept of uh, ensuring that kids come back to, I say, continuously attend class. Um, so let's go with the I say I'm gonna go over through this through the attendance tracking feature here on this tool, to give us a vision of how that would work. So here I say so hypothetically, I'm a teacher grading my students. Um, and here I'm able to select whether they're absent, present, or tardy, and then write a note about uh, I say about their status, saying this has been happening consistently. Um, I'll save the changes and it'll show up here with a note attached. Um, Hypothetically, if this was done throughout all of our students, and I say all of the students, what AI can do is that um, it can provide us statistics about either some I say the distribution between students that are present, tardy, and absent. But most importantly, it can give us a glimpse as to how these patterns are occurring, what days these are happening more frequently throughout a particular term, and it allows us to intervene more. I say, uh, I say more seamless. Um, here in this example, when and I say when a teacher fills out the attendance on this learning management system for all their students, and uh, also writing and while also writing notes on each of them based off what they believe can help the student improve. With AI, I say the AI can now um, learn these patterns of what's going on for each student and help create key insights right on the learning management systems for teachers to be able to understand their classrooms experience better. Here on the left, as you can see, it says AI powered insights to let us know that this was done through AI versus manual data entry from say from teachers themselves. Um, and it'll provide outputs, results, and recommendations based off what the AI has recorded throughout the grade tracking system. One of the examples is the attendance is improving. Overall attendance has increased by 3% compared to last month, um, which can be which can be a positive thing for teachers to want to know these things. Um, I say other insights can show when there are patterns detected. For example, here it shows that there's a detection of people not showing up to class on Fridays. Say quoting attendance is consistently lower on Fridays, 87% versus 94% on average. This at say, previously this wasn't being able to be recorded in real time because AI hasn't yet to, for lack of a better word, visit the ed tech space in the way it can now. But without the incorporation of these tools inside the learning management systems, we can now, as teachers, uh, grade our students directly on these learning management systems, but also feed this data to AI as a means for as an assistant to help us understand the patterns that are going on and ways that we can intervene. Um, Here, the AI recommends us different ways to keep our students showing up in the classrooms. One of the recommendations the AI provided was considering incentives for Friday attendance. This was after they showed us key insight that there was a pattern of students not showing up on Fridays. And it recommended us to implement a reward system for consistent Friday attendance that could help improve the current pattern of lower attendance on those days. One of the other recommendations was to implement a morning engagement activity. So in this case, starting the day with a fun, very quick activity that can motivate students to arrive on time, um, which can, which can help reduce morning tardiness. Um, I say, so this is just one of the examples of ways that AI can be incorporated into a learning management system for the better use of student behavior and grade tracking. Um, the second feature that I like to go over is lesson planning. As you know, lesson planning is tricky because uh, it requires our undivided attention to the curriculum that we're sharing with the students, and also uh, we have to understand exactly what it is that we're going to be sharing with them. So it's something that AI can't automate. We can't allow, forgive me, we can't allow AI to automate for us, but we can use AI in order to uh, provide us an outline for what we can then alter or then improve upon. Treat it as a basis that for what we can say eventually share to students. Um, here, I see in this demo that I'm sharing, and a generate AI feature is incorporated within the learning system. So, hypothetically speaking, as a teacher, I'll be able to write the lesson title of a course. This can be Bio 101, Arithmetic 101. Choose the subject, uh, select the grade course level, and then create a learning objective for this lesson plan. Um, if I want to go further from creating a manual lesson plan, I'll be able to use an AI prompt field right beneath uh, I say the lesson planner tool. In this case, I'll be able to write to the AI. I'll be able to write to the AI what exactly I'm looking for in this lesson plan that I'd like to share with my students. In this case, let's say I share I give it a prompt of wanting to I say create a lesson plan about the history of any particular concept or any particular point in time, and then I'll generate it with AI. I think I see in the goal for this would be for the AI to now I say create create results for this lesson plan directly on the learning management system. This reduces the need to have a second tab of a chat GPT or have another language learning model that would require a teacher to write the prompt on this separate tab, copy it, and then paste it on to the learning management system that they're using, whether that's Brightspace, Google Classrooms, Thinkific, or Talent LMS. Um, and so this is just another scenario of how a learning management system can be incorporated with how AI can be incorporated with the use of learning management systems. Um, this I see another example of how lesson planning can um, I say, can can help us understand or help automate that process, but also help us divide our time to focus on other things is being able to have them saved into a lesson plan library. One of the important things I'd like to mention about this is that um, a lot of what AI produces um, is it's wise to always cite it, and always label it as something that's AI generated. This is particularly important for administrators who use the platform, and also on the school level, to be able to understand the distribution of what learning management. I'm forgetting what lesson plans are being used with AI versus the ones that aren't. So in this case, in this library, you can see that there's a purple tag pill here that shows that this particular lesson plan was built with the use of AI, while others were probably done manually. I see. The next feature I'd like to go over is the grading feature, and how teachers may help grade uh, students' classwork not just individually but in bulk. You can imagine how much time that can save for versus a manual entry to these systems. There are still teachers uh, now that uh, use paper documents to provide homework, and then have to either scan them via a PDF scanner and then put them into the LMS systems, which, as you know, can take up a lot of time, be redundant and very tedious. Um, but in this case, let's say I wanted to grade a student's information, a student's homework individually. I'll be able to do that right on the learning management system. So I can say B minus. I can provide feedback directly to that student, or I could even have AI generate feedback for me, right on that learning management system. This is important because uh, there are times when teachers may have a hard time knowing how to provide that feedback. Their emotions might be tied to this student, and sometimes the feedback isn't received well. With the use of the generate feedback with AI, it can stay within course with helping the student understand what exactly he did wrong in that particular assignment, while also providing feedback. Well, I say providing ways for them to I say improve their knowledge base in that particular subject that they're going through. Um, another tool that I, I believe would also help immensely in this project is batch grading. So in this very I said, it's like with this feature, um, a teacher can be able to batch grade via a button right on the bottom that called auto grade all. So what this does is for any assignment that a teacher would upload, let's say it's a list of paper documents or submitted homework from the student directly on the learning management system, the AI would be able to I say read all the homeworks, understand the I say the how the students attempted to solve the problem, um, and grade it to the best of their abilities. Now, this won't be sent directly to the administrator for review. It will be sent to the teacher for the teacher to be able to go back and see if one, the AI was able to grade it correctly and responsibly, and can allow the teacher to also customize, go in there and edit it on their own. So this is just an important note, um, that the AI won't be finalizing any of this. It'll just be sending it to the teacher so that the teacher can look through it, review it, see if this AI tool provided the result that they were looking for, with the capability of going in there and adjusting some of the AI's results themselves. Now, if the reason why I mentioned this is because with allowing AI to grade these homeworks, track the attendance, um, and to give us recommendations and insights on how to best engage the classroom. Um, it can even get to a point where it can provide us statistics in in patterns that are happening over time, regarding performance. So here it shows trends in the perform I say within grade distribution, assignment performance, um, but even more impressively, it gives us insight of into how teachers can improve their classroom as a whole. Um, here AI generated a few insights based off the information of at least based off the grades that it was able to um based off the homework it was able to grade uh, through a specific period of time. Um, one example was improved performance in algebra, with an insight saying assignment scores for algebra have increased by 12% over last month. Another one is at risk, danger. I said, warning. 5 students are at risk of failing, with the note saying 5 students have missed multiple assignments and have grades below 60%. Um, the utility behind this tool is that a teacher would be able to click that button and it will show the list of students that are going through this issue. They say that are facing this problem and giving the ability to intervene. So um, I will go into a example of what would happen if a teacher was to notice that one of their 5 of their students were failing and what they should do. So hypothetically speaking, we're teachers. I'm a teacher, and I noticed that Noah Davis has been struggling to uh let me see in his academic performance. Let's see. Try this one more time. Seems like this is let me see. It seems like my thing is not working. Let's see if I can try this. It seems like I see. It seems like my demo is kind of like malfunctioning. Um, I'm gonna attempt it again. Let's see if this can. But no, I see students. Davis. Isn't gonna work. Wi-Fi is pretty laggy. It's not working. Um, I say unfortunately due to lack of time, I probably won't be able to access this feature. I'm going to try to use the remaining 5 minutes I have wisely, um, and move forward to the I say the best way we can wrap this up. So I hope you gained a lot from what how AI and learning management systems can look like when it can provide us valuable insights that we may haven't been, I said, we probably wouldn't have been able to capture in the past. From providing us recommendations to how students can improve to letting us know when students are at risk of certain problems of certain situations. Um, but most importantly, um, the I guess the main thing I want you to get from this is that AI can be incorporated responsibly if we ensure that we're always in the middleman in between it to ensure that output is always accurate to what we're trying to learn from the students in the classroom. Maybe if I wasn't able to show you the student feature, I said it was jam packed with a lot of cool things, but this is an AI built learning management system with a link that I'll be able to share with you that you can be able to test out at your free time, say in your spare time. But until then, thank you, and I hope you have any questions. I if you have any questions.
Question. So the premise of your presentation is to integrate AI into learning management systems, and this platform that you've created is your own unique platform.
Yeah.
And are you suggesting that other K-12 instructors create their own so that they can leverage it? Because I'm assuming that every school has its own learning management system. Most are Google Classrooms, but in the Google Classroom doesn't have an AI built into it, or
It's a good question. It's definitely a good question. It's exactly how you explained it. Really, there are learning management systems that exist like Google Classrooms that haven't yet experimented of how AI would look like inside of it. So as of now, Google Classrooms right now, it's its own separate app, but then they have Google Gemini, the ChatGPT alternative. And how teachers use it is that they have two separate tabs on the window, and they just kind of like task switch. They write a prompt on Google Gemini, they'll copy and paste it, put it on the Google Classroom. And this the same varies for different other learning managers that exist, where AI is not incorporated directly in the learning management system, but um, it's its own it's an own separate tool that they use. In this presentation, as you mentioned, it's the hypothetical example of how it would look, how would learning managers look like with AI incorporated within it. Something that has yet to be implemented across in the edtech space, at least to the extent of how it looks here. But the goal of it was to show a glimpse of how that may look to maybe pique interest of technology enthusiasts and also people in the space in regards to advocating for implementing AI eventually into learning management systems like Brightspace, Google Classrooms, ThinkFi, and many others, where we won't longer need to have a ChatGPT tab like next to us or like have a separate tab for this. It'll all be now inside of the learning management system.
are there any pilot programs that are running this currently?
I noticed that a lot. There are a lot of papers written about the ethical use of AI inside the edtech space, but the practical use of it has yet to be tested in school-wide settings. At least to my knowledge, I haven't yet seen this being at least a learning management system used to this level of I say like of that like a dynamic integration. But this is like a vision project. It's um, it's what you call it's nothing that for me, I don't plan to launch this at all to the public. but to use as a showcase, as a case study, that we may learn more about how AI can help learning engagement and participation in the classroom. I'll leave it to the next. I say next presenter. I say I know it's a little over time.